We're going to learn how to insert a section break. Section break is good to use if you don't want the same properties applied throughout your document. For example, if you want the page orientation to change sometime in your document, or if you want your margins to be set differently. How we do that is we go to page layout and we go to breaks. We click on the icon, go down to section breaks. I'm going to select next page, and this will mean that there is a section break inserted between these two pages. I'm going to go to breaks again. I'm going to select next page. So how I'm going to show you how this works. I'm going to go to the second page. I'm going to go to orientation and I'm going to select landscape. And you'll see now that because I've inserted a section break twice in this document, it will mean the second page is landscape, and the third page, because there's a section break inserted, has gone back to portrait. And again, now I'm going to change the margins in the third page. I'm going to change them to wide. So here you can see on our first page the margin is set at normal. The second page is a landscape orientation. In our third page we've changed the margins to be set as wide. Now we couldn't do this without inserting section breaks. I'm going to show you. I'm going to go to new. Now without inserting a section break, I'm going to create 3 pages. Now I'm going to go to the second page. I'm going to go to page layout. I'm going to go to orientation. I'm going to select landscape. And you'll see it doesn't just affect that middle page, it affects all of them. Now for the third page, I'm going to go to margins. I'm going to change it to wide. You'll see that that's changed. But it doesn't affect the third page again, it affects all of the pages. So to get around that, I'm going to start again. We go to new. We go to page layout and select breaks. Next page, and I'm going to select another section break like so. For the middle page, I'm going to change the orientation to landscape. For the third page, I'm going to change the margin to wide, and you'll see now you've got the wide margin the third page only. Margin is set to normal on the first page. Only the second page has the orientation set at landscape. And that is how you insert a section break. We're going to learn how to insert columns. How we do that is we go to the page layout tab, we go to the page setup group, and we select the columns icon. Here there's the 1 option, 2 column option, 3 column option, left and right options. So I'm going to select the 3 option, and then I'm going to paste information into the column so that you can see the effect. So here the information has filled up the 3 columns in the page. And if I want to change the column setup, go back to my columns icon, I can select 2, let's change to 2 columns, one, it's the left and the right option. Now if none of these options suits your needs, you can click on more columns, and this will bring up the columns dialog box. Here are the presets that we just went through. Here we can select the number of columns. I'm going to select 5 columns. Right to left indicates the direction of the text. So right to left will mean the text will start in the right column and end in the left column, which is unconventional. Then the line between, if I tick that, it'll create a line between each column. And then here we can select the actual width and spacing for each column. We can have equal column width if we tick that box. So I'm going to narrow it to 2.5, and you'll see that the spacing changes when you change the width and vice versa. If I untick that equal column width box, I can change the width of the second column, and so on. I'm going to then select OK, and you'll see now there are 5 columns and it has a line between each column. So I want to go back because I want to change that. I've got to have more columns. I'm going to untick line between. I'm going to equal column width. I'm going to change it to 4 columns. And this time I'm going to tick the right to left box. Now note that the text starts with despite how you might feel personally. Now you can also apply to the selected text or the whole document. I'm then going to select OK, and you'll see now because I ticked right to left, despite how you might feel personally now starts in the right column and it ends in the left column. So that is the effect of the right to left box. So I'm going to undo that. I'm going to go to right to left and untick that box. If you want to change the number of columns, take it down or you increase it, you select OK, and now it's from left to right and it's gone down to 3 columns. And that is how you insert columns into a Word document.